Well, here it is. You lot told me to get off my ass and get a job. So I got a job with the United States government. Hello. Welcome to what is going to be a very casual Saturday afternoon stream with a game that I doubt it's ever been broadcasted on Twitch before, or if it has, maybe only just once or twice. This is like so obscure. So this is called Quandaries, and it's not so much a video game as a ethics training tool for United States civil servants circa like the late 90s. So it's kind of like a point and click almost. We're gonna have to make some really tough ethical decisions, and we're gonna have to be a good boy employee. This is my first time. I guess I better view the help screens. I think I've already seen some of these. There's no sound as well, by the way, so that's why we've just got this casual lo-fi stuff going on here. Also, what's going on here? Why is there a black box on my stream? Let's just get rid of that. Nothing but professionalism here, I tell you. There we go. Now you can see it properly. So we're gonna have a few career tracks to choose from, and then dilemmas are gonna come up. I think I know what I'm doing. I can just walk into any job. Welcome to Quandaries, the game designed by the Ethics Office of the Department of Justice to help teach the standard of conduct regulations to federal employees. Let it never be said that this is a fun stream. This game is going to simulate a career within the department, beginning with entry-level jobs and progressing through more senior positions. Along the way, you'll be asked to pretend that you hold a variety of jobs. What, I'm not actually going to get a job at the end of this? Too real. You will be presented with situations that require you to exercise your judgment and your knowledge of the standard of conduct regulations. No record is being kept of your responses, and it even knows people we're going to play this just to see what happens if you are the worst employee ever. If you want to try a wrong answer, save the game before doing so. And it's clearly like not made for people who know that much about video games, explaining what a save function actually is. I do believe this was used as an actual, like, real training tool for employees. Okay, all good. Oh, I haven't done this very cleverly, have I? Let's call myself SK Speedrun Twitch. Yes. So we can be an immigration clerk, a computer assistant, college intern, or a United States Marshal. What do the Marshals do? Is that like a sheriff? I think I'm most intrigued about Marshal. Dear SK Speedrun, congrats on completing your first 6 months of service as a Deputy US Marshal. Your assigned duties will now be expanded to include transporting federal prisoners, serving arrest warrants, and guarding federal courtrooms. I think I've bitten off more than I can chew. Good luck with your new assignments, William McPhee, United States Marshal. I was called by a Mr. H. Briggs from Nighthawk Inc. Said he would drop by at 9:45. Didn't leave a number. Okay, so I should be at my desk at 9:45. There is like some vague structure to these things. Let's just see what I can do. New session, undo save, restore, quit help. Okay. And it should appear in my, it appears in my diary. Meet with Mr. Briggs at 9:45. Well, he's going to stop by. Oh, I've accidentally called the weather. Welcome to the weather report. We'll have clear blue skies for the next 3 days. Temperatures today are in the high 80s. The pollen count is set an all-time high. Hay fever sufferers can expect some relief on Monday when we'll have rain all day. I don't think you. If only you could be a church official. I better do some work. If only it was as simple as like clicking a button, eh? Oh, here he is. Here's Harry Briggs. Comes in and he sits down. He's the owner of Nighthawk Inc., a company that has a contract with your office to supply surveillance equipment. You have nothing to do with the administration of this contract. Good morning. I'm Wilfred Brimley, and I dropped by the office yesterday to demonstrate some new equipment, and I mentioned to your purchasing agent that I had a new job opening up in my company. I've only been at my desk like 5 minutes. I'm already getting offered another job. You seem to think that you might fit the job description. Would you like to interview for the job? Hang on. Yeah, cool. It's an ethics simulator. Doesn't that sound riveting? For some reason, I've got the feeling you won't be back. So this guy's offering us a job. I can talk with him. Kind of. Oh, I can say I'd like to talk with him, but I can't because of the contract. I mean, there's no reason, right? I don't think there's any. Well, I don't know. Maybe I've got inside information. Let me think about it for a few days. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's no ethical reason why I should or shouldn't discuss taking the job. So this is basically an ethics simulator. This was used as an actual, real training tool for United States government employees in the late 90s. And it's going to test whether I make ethical decisions and whether I'm a good boy. I have no conflict of interest because I'm not directly involved in the administration of the contract. Well, I didn't know that, did I? Oh no, it did literally tell me that. It did literally say I'm not involved in the contract. So stuff will happen like this. Like events will come up, and I'm gonna have to decide what the right thing to do is, based on my conflict of interest as a civil service employee. And now I know what you're thinking. Why are all the kids playing like Fall Guys and Overwatch when you've got this you could be playing? I've opened my mail and found a flyer from a local gun club. They're sponsoring a marksmanship competition open to all. I'm a pretty fair shot, and I think I have a chance at winning the $5,000 prize. Now. I'm surprised. Do I even have a government-issued weapon? Because I thought I was just like a desk clerk. You know, not wanting to make any kind of satirical commentary about gun ownership in the United States, but like, why would I even have a government weapon? I'm not sure what those emojis are meant to be telling me. I'm going to assume that they're telling me that I'm doing a great job. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be spending ammunition, but I'm gonna. If the government's daft enough to give me a desk clerk gun, I'm gonna take it to the gun range. The Marshal Service encourages its deputies to improve their proficiency through practice with their weapons. As long as you supply your own ammunition, it's alright to use your weapon in this contest. Don't you sus me. Remember, government property may only be used for authorized purposes. So we can use the weapon to improve proficiency. So basically, we can practice with the gun all we like. But yeah, Uncle Sam don't want to fork out for the ammo. Oh, there's my boss. There is a training session for law enforcement officials later this morning at the Presidential Hotel downtown. The session will cover new surveillance techniques, and it will be run by a private firm on a contract to the department. Somebody from the office has to go, and I've picked you. Great, charming. The department has already paid for the cost of the session, so you don't have to worry about that. Lunch is included. Just turn in this ticket. He hands you the ticket, and then leaves. So we don't even have an inventory or anything like that. It just keeps track of all that in the background. Basically, we just have our little notebook for things to do, with a very specific training session at 11:08 a.m. today. And I can also call it ethics official if I'm confused about how to make a decision. Well, I guess, unless I have to, like... Oh, I guess I could go to the presidential hotel now. Maybe I'll go now. Walk over to the hotel. You dutifully turn in your ticket and sit through an uninspired training session followed by an equally uninspired lunch. I thought I was learning about surveillance techniques. When lunch is over, a representative of the company that sponsored the session stands up and gives a short talk about how to contract for her company's services through the GSA schedule. What is the GSA schedule? Wow, she is excited about this. When she's done, the woman pulls a ticket out of a fishbowl and announces, and the winner of today's door prize is me. I got the $50! Oh, sorry, it's $20. Wasn't even worth turning up for. Mind you, I guess if like in the late 90s, $20 was like, $20 could buy you a house, right? You go up afterwards to discover the prizes. $20 gift certificate to a local restaurant. I think I should decline it, but actually I'm hungry, so I'm going to accept it. Oh! I was allowed to accept it. Anything less than $20 is fine. Grand. Is it really? I know the kind of training you mean, like the kind of like often really badly produced like flash things that you have to click through, and then it basically doesn't really test. It doesn't test your knowledge of whatever you were learning. It basically just tests like year 7 reading comprehension. Way back from lunch, you stop in at a local office supplies store, which looks like it hasn't changed since the 1960s. Did the 1990s really look like this, bro? They have a excuse me. They have a haven't streamed in a while. Same old lungs. They've got a frequent buyer program, where they give you a card that gets punched every time you buy something. When the card is full, they give you 20% discount, okay? You have made a series of purchases for your office out of government funds. When you come in, the clerk tells you she's just received some new calculators. Bloody hell, look at them. That is a chunk of a calculator. She reminds you she punched the final section on your ticket the last time you came in. So I can apply the discount to my next government purchase, buy a calculator for myself and apply it to the purchase, refuse the discount altogether, or just own up to the fact that I would never be able to keep track of that little ticket long enough to get all the sections punched. And if you know me, you know that my wallet is absolutely like stuffed full of so many loyalty cards for places I've been to like once and will never go to again, and yet I've still been wasting calories for years carrying this extra little sliver of cardboard around with me. So, in fact, the chat knows quite well how important my loyalty cards are to me, because I was posted one by a certain chat member. Why can't I access my chat? So I would definitely have that in my pocket. So I'm just gonna apply it to. I mean, if I've been, it sounds like I only go to this stationery shop for government stuff, so I'll just apply the discount to the government purchase. This is the right thing to do. Discount belongs to the government. Oh, well, I guess that's true. Yeah, you did post it to me just because I'd literally forgotten about it. But still, I still use them. You know, that's like my point. What else is going on today? Nothing. I guess I better like click the work button. I read a memorandum. Oh, someone's calling me. Oh, Jan. Okay, so Jan is Jan is a character that I think appears in quite a few of these, and she is like the most New York person I have ever seen in my life. Look at her with a sweatband and a knitted top. Hi, SK Speedrun, it's me, Jan. Remember how I agreed to be regional funding coordinator? We're sponsoring a softball game this month. Do I want to play softball with this? What has she got like? Has she got like one long braid? What's going on there? So I was just completely like blindsided by the entity known as Jan. I actually forgot what she was asking me. Do I want to play softball with her? For some political cause. Nah, do one. The Hatch Act prohibits certain political activities by federal employees. As of February 1994, the Act was revised to permit many employees to take a more active role in such activities. However, the Act does not bar any federal employee from attending political fundraisers, making contributions to political campaigns in their personal capacity. But most employees are still prohibited from any political activity while on government time and on government property. Honestly, how often do you think that's been broken by certain administrations? Oh, she does, yeah, I see, but like, that's a very long braid. I knew I could count on you. I'll talk to you later. Bye. See you never. She's definitely the kind of woman who would say that. I return some phone calls. Oh, my boss is back. You're way into work tomorrow. I want you to stop off and serve a warrant. Oh, God. The address isn't too far from your house. What's going on here? Have I ventured into the Me IRL subreddit? You glance at the warrant and recognize the name. The person you're being asked to arrest is a friend with whom you play poker about once a month. Like, how small is this town? I think Jan might have played Roz in Monsters Inc. Yeah. Oh my god, imagine that. Say nothing to your boss and go ahead and serve the warrant. Am I enough of a snake to do that? I'm actually going to do it. This is a dangerous thing to do because circumstances could easily arise while you're serving. Sorry, 1 second. Circumstances could easily arise while you are serving the warrant that bring your official duties into conflict with your personal relationship. It's fine. I'll backstab anyone I know. I'd do it for the drama. Like, do you want to arrest your mate? Yeah. That'd be a great prank. Except it's not a prank. Give you some files. Oh, he's back. I feel like I've been in your office all day. Anyway, I think it's time to make some changes in the Nighthawk surveillance contract. It's not really meeting our needs that well right now. I'm going to Sorry, that's a hard sentence. I'm going to contact the contracting officer, but I want you to bone up on the contract and be prepared to participate with the contracting officer in the negotiations with Nighthawk. to bone up on the contract. Guys, what does bone up mean? Is he asking me something very, very inappropriate? Why do I have a conflict of interest again? Oh, this is because the guy came in and said, like, do you want a job with Night Hawk? Oh, what happened there? Whoa, what's going on? any percent career. I'm not sure what happened. Something happened. I've gone to meet him, and I can decline the job offer or accept his offer. I mean, if I accept the offer, is that just game over? Let's try it. Well, I said no. I said I don't want to work on the Night Hawk contract. I'm not reading this. I said I didn't want to work on that contract. Another day at the ethics training program. Unfortunately, like, you don't get any kind of downtime in between. Like, it doesn't tell you like what you do to relax, or like if you're gonna go home and just hang out with your family. It just like cycles through the work. That's not my boss. Is it? I don't think my boss looked like that. Judge Bailey called this morning and said he wants extra security around his courtroom today. Get over to the courtroom and post yourself in the corridor. Oh my god. I've seen that training game. Yeah, I'm really intrigued by it. I should do it, actually, yeah. A whole, like... just like a set of streams called, like, OG Job Simulators. I go to this sad-looking courtroom. After a while, an unusual man comes up to you. He has a goat. He opens the door to the courtroom and starts to go in. Excuse me, sir. You can't go in there with that goat. What goat? The goat at the end of that leash. Oh, that's not a goat. That's a dog. That's not a dog. It's got horns and a beard. It's a rare breed, a bearded terrier. What about the horns then? A great horned bearded terrier, I should have said. Well, you can't bring it into the courtroom, but somehow we've just drifted into an Ace Attorney game where we're going to have a goat testify. He hands you the leash and walks away, leaving the goat chewing at your pants. Also, my laptop's not very happy. I can wait for the goat to be called into the courtroom to testify. I can adopt the goat as my personal mascot and bring him to work every day. Or I can give notice to my supervisor when I realise I have a lifelong desire to be a shepherd. I'm going to adopt the goat. Actually, we don't care what you do here. We're just being silly. So there's the odd rare event you will get where the developers were just doing something to make this less dry. There's a massive amount of regulation involving permitted relationships between federal employees and goats, but we won't go there because it's not that kind of stream. When the trial is over, featuring the goat, I drop by a lunch counter before going back to the office. Going to Swedenitas. It's so ridiculous. This has got real plumbers don't wear tie vibes now. As you are eating, a seedy looking guy in a trench coat, as they so often are, comes and sits at the stool next to you. He offers you money to give him information about the details of an upcoming prisoner transfer. He tells you that your current boss used to cooperate back when he had your job. Well, of all the decisions, of all the ethical decisions to make, well, Well, I can't actually just take the bribe and pocket it. Gotta get up and walk away. Begin a private investigation. Decline the money and report the contact to the IG or FBI. I think I'll decline the money and report the contact to the IG or FBI. Do you know, it says so much about me that, like, even though this is clearly not a real job, I'm still like, oh, I can't take the money, that's the wrong thing to do. That was a crime. Ooh, look at that. There's something in my tray. Oh. From the desk of Jan. Hi, SK Speedrun. We're hoping to have great success with the softball game. That's gonna kill my throat if I keep doing that. But she wants me to come to a Halloween party fundraiser for homeless children. She wants me to promote the party in my office. She really does. She's got some very retro word stuff going on there. I can call up companies that have contracts with my office and try and sell them tickets. Surely nothing will go wrong if I do that. I can sell tickets to the office mates, post notices on the party, the office bulletin boards, or decide to sell tickets to my neighbours instead. I'm gonna sell them to the office mates. You get in trouble for doing fundraising on the job. Oh yeah, because it told me I can't do that. That's for homeless kids, man. How heartless are you? She must have done a Microsoft and excuse me. Words is difficult. She must have done a Microsoft Office entry-level career skills typing course. I think she did. It's just a shame she didn't do a hairdressing course. In most agencies, employees may post notices on open bulletin boards, but like, I was wasting time on the job. Wasting time on the job. Look, there's nothing for me to do. Look. Maybe I'll call the ethics official. Oh, she's a very happy lady. Meg Bradley. Not so good. I've got a problem. How about if we meet tomorrow morning to talk about it? Oh. Oh, so she's going to come tomorrow now. Okay. Would have been... I wonder what happens when she gets here. I'm going to read some memorandums. I love reading memorandums. Your boss stops by your desk. Says he is the neighbourhood chairman of a charity drive to raise money. Now, hang on, right? Don't you pull this on me, because you just told me off for fundraising. You literally just told me off for asking people if they wanted to join a fundraiser. Now you're going to do the same shit to me. Nuh-uh. He mentions it's a good way for the deputies to show community spirit for the Attorney General's community policing emphasis. He hands you a bunch of tickets and asks you to sell them to the deputies. No, nuh-uh. You know the charity is a legitimate one, but you resent being pressured into supporting your boss's favourite charity. No, like, if you in no way are you gonna say that I can't sell tickets to sodding Jan's Halloween party and then hand me a bunch of tickets to sell for your thing. Get out of here. Yeah. Get out. I'm gonna get you fired and have your job. Employees are prohibited from using public office for private gain. Employees are also prohibited from using government property, including time, for other than official purposes. Yeah, I know. You just ripped into me for it. Maybe we'll go somewhere. Should we get some coffee? Delicious beige. cafeteria. Have we eaten lunch today? No. I guess that just passes a bit of time. Maybe like you need to have arranged to meet somebody in those places for them to show up. Oh, who's this? SK Speedrunner, my name is Sandra Bovier. I work for the local school district. I'm coordinating a career day for the first Tuesday of next month. Would you be available to come down and give a talk about your job with the Marshal's Service? We can pay you $50. Let me talk to my boss. Thanks for trying to work this out. Bye bye. Bye bye. In case it wasn't clear as well, this is absolutely not the soundtrack to this game. It's a completely silent game, so that's why I've just put some kind of like lo-fi stuff on. Are they really? So I've never seen Parks and Rec. I guess it is kind of, it must be a similar sort of civil service, eh? Parks and Rec can't be as hilarious as this though, right? Oh, now we get to the exciting stuff. We've gotten a tip that one of the fugitives we've been looking for is making a gun delivery in town tonight. I want you to go down to this address on the stakeout and see if you can arrest him. Why don't you send the police? You go to the address and sit outside in your car for several hours without seeing anyone enter or leave the building, your eyes fixed on a lonely Coca-Cola can. Then you spot a well-known local television anchorman sneaking up to the door and going inside. Oh my god, can you imagine the drama? Call the competing local TV stations so they can have a film crew get there by the time he comes back out. God, that is so tempting to do. Ignore him, you're there to arrest a specific suspect. Force your way into the building and hope to catch the anchorman red-handed with a supply of guns. Do nothing at the moment, but call your colleagues at the police department as soon as possible. Can I save during these decisions? No, I cannot. I'm going to do this. I mean, I can't get fired, can I? Can I get fired? I don't know. This is one way of finding out. With egg on your face when it turns out the anchorman was there to discuss a new program for exchanging guns for both food and clothing. What is this? Are we in a post-apocalyptic world? They were trying to get guns off the street. I want to know what happened to the Coke can. Hey, there we go. Satisfactory. You showed good ethical judgment in the following situations. You knew the department could accept a discount. You told your boss to do one when he asked you to sell some tickets. And you recognised the value of talking to students. You could have done better had you not taken the following actions. You discussed a possible job by accidentally speaking through the text. Oh, that's it. At this point, you are still in the beginning of your career and you're free to move on to any one of the jobs at the next level. FBI Secretary, Grants Officer, or Immigration Inspector. Ooh. So you could embark on a legal law enforcement path. That would take us to Director of Consumer Litigation. If I go to FBI, so if I go to FBI Secretary, I might make Attorney General. So basically, yeah, I can I'm allowed to pick any job I like. I don't want to be a grants officer because that is way too real for me right now. Should I be a secretary in the FBI or an immigration inspector? What do we think? I'm going to let you suggest things for me whilst I just have a little quick bathroom break. No, how do I do this? Okay. Yes. Okay. Bathroom break. Oh, I don't have a holding scene. No, let's just go back to the start scene. So, FBI Secretary, Immigration Inspector. Let me know. Well, you know what? You were no help whatsoever, so I think it will probably be more fun to... As much as I'd love to join the FBI, I think it'd be more fun to be an immigration inspector. Topical. Dear Mr. Twitch. Due to the increased demands at Travis International Airport... Where's Travis again? I'm going to the airport, I guess. Rachel Masterson. Oh, well, we chose the same then. Look at my nice new desk with my top of the line CRT monitor. Everything. I know it's like to store the images, you know, in like a feasible file size, but God, everything just looks so grey. European Airways. 1313 Evergreen Terrace. I understand that reference. Passenger list for flight 42. Okay. Jules LaMarche, James McAllister, Gunter Holtz, Juan Sanchez, Sophia Alberghetti, Alex Papas, Llewellyn Radcliffe, Alistair Bean. That's how I pronounce that name, by the way. Marlene von Kampf, Brigitte Marsh, Jean-Claude Beauclerc, Olaf Hammerfeld, Miles Barkley. Oh, you immediately recognise the name of Jean-Claude Beauclerc. The French movie star has been hiding out from the press. Okay. Not my business, is it? I don't give a damn. Oh, sorry. Sorry if I started you with my sneeze. To be honest, if it was me, I don't even know that I'd bother reading all that list of people. Acting on the knowledge that Mr. Beauclerc is on the flight constitutes a misuse of official information. Also, employees should not use their official positions for personal purposes. Have you been playing anything as exciting as this recently? It's the same cafeteria. Ooh. personnel. As you may be aware, there have been some recent difficulties with our canine drug detection unit. A rash of false positives has led to several embarrassing situations and at least 2 threatened lawsuits. Our contract with Canine Services expires, and we're currently requesting competitive bids from other companies to provide and train dogs. Actually, if you if you look into like how service dogs like that are trained, it's really interesting. Until the new contract is awarded, please use reasonable judgment with regard to canine responses so that there is no repeat of the unfortunate incident with the ambassador from San Fulminare. Oh yeah, 2 Point Campus, yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Partially from you. you just can't get away from it, can you? Just as you finish reading the memo, the phone rings. You answer and hear the voice of your old friend, Susan Walker. Hi. Is Susan the woman or the dog? I had breakfast this morning with a friend of mine who runs some kind of animal training service. I made a she's very into David Lynch. Coop! We got to talking and he mentioned he was bidding on a contract to train drug-sniffing dogs for the people at the airport. You're asking me to do something naughty here, aren't you? I know, I do know the current contractor doesn't seem to be training his dogs as well as he used to. That's a current procurement. I'm not allowed to talk about it. You crazy Alsatian. That's the contracting officer's business again. That's the contracting officer's, George. Oops! I didn't know that! Never mind then. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye! If you've never seen David Lynch's Gordon Cole and Twin Peaks, that wouldn't have made any sense. Oh, hello, someone's on the phone. Bill Crackett. As if this dude's name is Bill Crackett. Metro Vice Squad. What are you calling me for? The place that Crackett referred to is the Summit. It's a conference centre where you hold a monthly all-day training session. I do, or my company does. Okay, so I've got to extend their contract to provide the training rooms and lunch for training people in my company. I've gone from like serving arrest warrants to just doing admin. Oh well, it's ages away. Maybe I'll phone the ethics lady and see if we can meet her tomorrow. So I want her to turn up to my office to see what happens. Who else can I call? 9:15. Your boss comes in and holds some floppy disks towards you. I hope you're ready to do a little travelling. There's been a lot of turnover in our South Texas office over the past few months, and we've just discovered there is no one senior enough to conduct advanced training. Rather than fly all the new people up here, we're going to fly you down there. Here's the training discs. Find some time this morning to go over to the travel agency and make your arrangements to go the week after next. Training discs. Don't forget that briefing you're supposed to give in the conference room at 3 o'clock today. Ooh, my schedule's kicking out. So I've got Crackett lunch at Summit, briefing in the conf room, and the ethics lady is going to come tomorrow at 9. Well, I might as well go to the travel agency now, before lunch. Carlson Travel Network. Miss Cooper greets you warmly. You go over your travel requirements with her. Business class or GTFO. Do you remember when travel agents were a thing? I stayed at a Savoy hotel on my last government trip and they gave me a hot price coupon. Is it still good? She examines the coupon. Get half price on an all room or upgrade to a fancy room, keep the same price. Ooh, you know what I'm going to do. You could have saved the government money by applying the coupon towards a discount rather than an upgrade. Obviously, bro, but like, if you want, you're sending me all the way to Texas, like, come on, make it worth my while. Well, I didn't use it for personal travel, at least, did I? It's 11:35. We've still got some time. Bloody hell! I've just spoken to you. Do we want to use our air miles to get free airfare for the Texas trip? Sure, there's nothing I like better than saving the taxpayers some money. Said no one ever. No, those miles will never get used. The government frowns on programs like that because they try to influence the government to favour one airline over another. That's very cynical. Yeah, just use the air miles. Fine. Oh yes, one more thing. Sponsor a series of free lectures for our frequent travellers to give them travel tips. I was wondering if you'd be interested in giving a talk. Yeah, why am I doing it? Talk a little about your job, how you spot people who have fake passports, people who have illegal drugs. I think that's... I mean, I obviously can talk about my job because I told the school about it, but... I feel like in this case, like, it's always like middle of the road is the right answer, isn't it? Can't disclose information that might compromise the mission of the agency. Basically, I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to effectively smuggle druggles. Smuggle druggles! I ain't going to sit here and tell you how to smuggle druggles. Muggles. Right, is it time to meet Crackit? No. Okay. Now it's time to meet Crackit. The maitre d' greets you warmly. This cardboard cutout of a man here. Oh, I'm not reading this. This is unfortunate. Oh, he's cancelled on me. Yeah, sure. Is there really a place that would have a maitre d' that would offer a lunch for under $20? Oh boy. What am I doing now? Oh, I got to give a briefing at 3 o'clock. I nearly forgot. The boss said. Conference room. Set up your presentation in the conference room. Soon the room fills and your boss introduces you to the group. You quickly realise this briefing is very important to her. No pressure. In the middle of your presentation, the doors of the room opens and someone hands you a note. Oh, you glance down and learn that your name has been announced on a call-in contest on the radio station that everyone at work listens to. You have 5 minutes to call in and claim the prize of $5,000. Why are you doing this to me? $5,000? Look, any of these guys would do the same thing, right? What, because I left for like 2 minutes? I'm allowed a break. I want to see the ethics lady. Where is she? Draft a memorandum. My phone rings. Maria Garcia is a partner in a small law firm that you know, I often think like, oh, I'm actually really good at reading off scripts, and after a while, no. Partner in a small law firm that specialises in immigration law. They're sponsoring a conference next month focusing on the legal rights non-residents have when they're arriving in this country. God, everyone wants me to do a talk. It's just like real life. Yeah, sure. Cafeteria. What happens if I go back to the conference room? What happens if I go to the travel agency? You're halfway out the door before you remember. Oh, I've already been to the travel agency. Yeah. Yeah, and she's called me about 10 times as well. Thought you might be interested in this. It's from today's newspaper. Something about an aardvark trainer. Does that say like, why are you reading this? Get back to work. This very angular clipping is an advertisement. Advertisement. Somebody asked me how I pronounced that recently, and I can't remember which one I actually say. This clipping is an advert placed by the Summit Conference Centre. They're looking for a new director of security. Okay. I have the background and I have the experience, and the job pays much more than I'm making now. Like, you were making this very real for me, and probably not just for me, eh? Yeah, I'm calling them. I'm apply for that job. What contract extension? Oh no! It's actually telling me what I do with with my time off. As the day winds down, you prepare for the big weekend ahead, which will be dominated by the christening of your boss's son. This is an especially important event because your boss has invited you to be the child's godfather. I've only been here one day. Oops. Your wife has suggested you give the baby an engraved silver cup worth $45. Yeah, sure. It just feels wrong that it's like it's your if I'm the godparent of this child, it's like, whoa, $10 only, mate, because we're both employees. Yeah. Thank you. This is where it gets a bit sticky though, isn't it? Because it's permissible to give gifts exceeding $10 on special, infrequent occasions of personal significance. Like, who decides that? And you know, you just know that like this could so easily have the hairs split to say something like, okay, a special and frequent occasion of personal significance is a opposite sex marriage, but not a same sex marriage. You can definitely it's I wonder if this legislation still stands. 1 week later. Hey, ethics lady never came to my office. She doesn't do anything. Come to my office. What am I doing today? Got a conference panel. You know how good the last one went. Happy Stockman supervises. Stops by my desk. I'm sending him to a Caribbean. Oh, no wonder he looks like that. I'm sending him to a Caribbean island. The goal of the meeting is to facilitate exchange of information, explore the ways in which governments can cooperate in the elimination of international terrorism. Fair enough. You know that he'll be staying at a hotel that gives a free welcome bottle of dark rum. You know the employee doesn't drink. Yeah, give me the rum. Tempting but wrong. You may not solicit gifts from the people they supervise. Is it really a gift? I guess it is. It's actually a really kind of quite in-depth game to say, like, you've got all these different career tracks with all these different events built in. It must have taken ages to build. And I can't remember the guy who made it, but I think he went on to do some adventure games. You know what? I'm going to fact check this right now while you look at lovely Richard there, who's talking about Miss Maria Garcia. Bob Bates, yes, that's it. Bob Bates went on to design such games as... oh, he wrote for Unreal 2. He's done quite a few things. None of them I don't think I've played. Oh no, I have Frederick Pohl's Gateway, yeah. So like some early text adventures. That's a good game. I should play Frederick Pohl's Gateway. That's like some classic sci-fi point and click. God, this game came out in 1998. It looks so dated for it. So dated. Oh, I think he's done a lot more than what's listed on Wikipedia. Okay. But yeah, Bob Bates, apparently a big name. Probably played some of the other stuff. Am I meant to go to the message center? It's a fax he sent us. Oh yes, yes, I did say that, didn't I? Yes. So there's actual consequences to these events, which is again like pretty intricate for this kind of game. Yeah, I have it written down. Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna hang out with Richard in the message center, discussing the finer points of making copies. Do you wanna wait? No. What's it? How can I flirt about making photocopies? What's the naughtiest thing you have photocopied, Richard? Your boss comes in and says she wants to buy the absolute latest in scientific equipment to help detect drug smuggling. Okay. Your wife works for a private company that specializes in high-tech equipment. You are generally familiar and know from discussions with your wife that has just developed a new machine. This new piece of equipment can do on-the-fly spectrographic analysis. Conflict of interest. Also, I mean, I can. It doesn't really matter what my wife's doing because I've got Richard now. You glance at your watch and realize you've got to leave right away. Okay. Oh, she looks unhappy. I had no idea you would be taking a cab. You must let me reimburse you. Government can pay it. Submitting expense forms is very satisfying as well, let's be honest. Like, she could give me the $15 or I could go through the system and say, like, give me the $15. I've earned it. Miss Garcia comes to congratulate you after your talk. Congratulations. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, oh yeah, I need the $15, Miss Garcia. And then do the claim form after. Congratulations, the session went very well. Thank you. We're going for a special dinner at Il Gnocchi tonight. They have a brand new pastry chef. Well, that ain't gonna be less than $20, is it? Oh, I want nice food. You know, I came into this going like, yeah, I'm completely morally upstanding, but it's shocking just how easily tempted I am by food and drink, honestly. Okay, I can't do it. You may go along and pay for your own meal. Yeah, sod that. Oh, her expression's changed. Someone pokes his head in the door, has a frantic, whispered conversation with Miss Garcia. When he leaves, she turns back to you. Would it? Like people making decisions? Oh no! Our featured luncheon speaker just called and says he's stuck at the airport. I've got a banquet room full of people in there and no one's talked to them. Haven't I just done my talk? Oh my god. Sorry, I didn't realise there were going to be jump scares in this. Good lord, where are they getting these stock images? That actually startled me. Haven't I just given my talk? This lady's scaring me now. Yeah. I just want to get out of here, to be honest. You unnecessarily declined to give the speech. The regulations would have permitted, indeed encouraged you to give the lecture without accepting the fee. I know, but like, I don't want to hang around this scary lady any longer. Just before you head back to the office, you stop into the conference centre gift shop. What conference centre has a gift shop? $35 paperweight. No, you can have a $10 one. Also, who even has paperweights anymore? Hello. I'm probably actually coming to the end of this job now, but hey, you can see how far I've come. I started by making questionable decisions like selling tickets for Jan's Halloween party in my office, and now look at me. I'm not buying the people I supervise any expensive gifts. They're just getting cheap crap instead because I know the regulations. Oh, there we go. Your tour of duty as an immigration inspector comes to a close. Congratulations on completing level 2. You showed good ethical judgment in the following situations. You refrained from saying anything to your friend about a procurement. You declined to give a talk that would have disclosed too much about how to successfully smuggle drugs. You knew you could serve on a speakers panel and eat the lunch provided. Oh, oops, I meant to press next to see what I could have done better. Yeah, well. In the next level, you'll be asked to choose from Administrative Officer, Contracting Officer, and AUSA, which I guess is Assistant US Attorney. I'm going to save it here. You've actually caught me like right at the end because I think like an hour of doing work on the weekend is enough for anyone. But yeah, this was a kind of weird game. If you didn't get the gist of it before, it was like it's basically an ethical decision simulator that was used to train actual government employees in the US. And it's from 1998, though it looks a lot older because everything is beige. So I guess I'm gonna like love you and leave you with the VODs. I'm sorry that you've gone to the effort of getting me on your TV just for me to vanish. But hey, it could have been worse. I could have been the anchorman going in to buy guns. And if that's not enough of a teaser for you to watch the rest, I don't know what is. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, anyways. And yeah, maybe I'll play more of this. I was saying I'm not sure that Twitch has really ever seen this game before. I would be stunned if anybody else has streamed this because it's so obscure. It's not really, arguably not even really a game. It's a curiosity of a piece of software. But that's the stuff I like showing to people. So maybe we'll do more of it. Maybe I'll find some other curious software. Either way, nice for people to join. Lovely to see people. Yes, I won't forget the McDonald's game. Thank you. And yeah, catch you later.